The Answer.
Listen to AM 560 The Answer online at 560theanswer.com, on the AM 560 mobile app, on your Alexa-powered smart speaker, and on TuneIn, iHeart, and on Odyssey. If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560 The Answer.
All right, we have some text messages pouring in on our Turnkey.pro text line 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment.
My favorite text of the morning, that jerk with Amy is too annoying. Now, I don't know who sent that in, but
I like the way you're delivering the text message.
Is it Jaros Bakery? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I'm the name assassinator.
And
Justin, how do you pronounce it? Justin might not. Oh, see, now he's looking to Quinn, who's then going to look to Mike Scott.
But either way,
we're going to go in this circle.
Either way, it's a bakery in Elk Grove Village. I'm going to be there getting some punchkis in about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. If you don't like me, show up. We'll figure it out.
It's Jarosh.
Okay.
We think it's Jarosh, and that is at the corner of Arlington Heights and Biesterfield? No, Higgins.
Here's another one I like.
Yes, yes, please.
You guys are nuts. If DeSantis runs against Trump, we will lose. The vote will split, and the Dems will win. All right, now here's the thing. If both of these guys run as Republicans, the primary will weed the other guy out. But here's what's going to happen, right? Somebody's going to say, "Oh, wait, no, I'm going to run as an independent."
And that's going to be President Trump.
Yeah, well, then that's a problem. That's a problem. So, but I think
it's a guaranteed Democratic win.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want 4 more years of Biden? You want 4 more years of Kamala Harris?
I like President Trump doing what he's doing. I mean, this guy can affect change, being a former president. Look what he did for that town in Ohio. He opened his mouth, boom, federal assistance is there.
Boom, healthcare clinic.
Yeah,
leveled up. And Trump acknowledged that yesterday.
2 years, the destruction that they all over the last 2 years, the destruction that they've done in 2 years, nobody's ever seen anything like it. And even now you have a president going to Ukraine, and you have people in Ohio that are in desperate need of help. And I was very proud to say that I announced I was going to Ohio. You know, FEMA said we're not going to give them anything. The Biden administration said we're not going to give them anything. And then I announced I'm going. Please sit down.
And he announced that he's going. And then, boom, all this federal funding starts coming in. But still, the mayor of that town, who is still dealing with toxic fumes that are spewing, was upset and took Biden to task for going to Ukraine yesterday with a $500 million check to help pay citizens' pensions. So we've given them $100 billion, not million, $100 billion. And then yesterday on President's Day, he goes and helps foreigners instead of being on the homeland and helping us. And here's the mayor of East Palestine.
He was in the Ukraine giving millions of dollars away to people over there, not to us. And I'm furious.
All right. Well, shifting gears now.
Now we go to the happy talk.
Now we go to happy talk. Well, we're welcoming back. And we'll get a reaction from David Hochberg. He's vice president of lending of Team Hochberg at Homeside Financial. Wanted to check in with him. How is if he's bored at work with these high interest rates. But Mr. Hochberg, would you like to comment on Biden's trip to Ukraine?
Not really. I'd rather talk about mortgages and stay in my lane, because if I comment on one thing, I'm going to piss 50% of the people off. So it's not good for my business.
I just realized that text that I read earlier wasn't from me. The one that
from me.
That jerk with Amy is annoying. They were getting ready for Hochberg.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, David, how did your breakfast go this weekend? I know it was one of your big fundraisers. You're always doing good in the hood, as I like to say. Did you raise money? I know last year it was huge.
Yeah, last year we had 2 huge corporate sponsors that we didn't have, unfortunately, this year. But we raised over $100,000 for the Vestathon that I run. We had a pancake breakfast. Well, Matt O'Shea runs a pancake breakfast down the 19th Ward. I went down there and poured some syrup. I was official syrup filler and pour for a couple hours on Sunday. And I know they raised a couple of grand there. So waiting for a final total. Also, the Barstool Sports guys volunteered, offered their services of their restaurant. They donated 50% of the take on Saturday. So I'm still waiting for the final total of that. So that's huge as well.
And
so,
the money goes to raise. People didn't understand what does the money go to raise? Money
I'm
for
sorry,
bulletproof vests.
Yeah, it goes to the Chicago Police Memorial Foundation to purchase replacement bulletproof vests, so the men and women of the Chicago Police Department who can't afford bulletproof vests could get a bulletproof vest. It needs to be replaced every 5 years because for some reason the 12,000 members of the Chicago Police Department have to pay for their replacement vest, and all the surrounding suburban police forces do the right thing and pay for the replacement vests for their police officers.
How much is it?
This has been a big thing for a long time, man. And
how much does a vest cost?
$500, $550. The tactical unit can go up to over $2,000 if you're on the SWAT force for the high ballistic bullets. So, I mean, it's expensive, and there's no reason why we shouldn't do it. And Paul Vallis actually called in the show that I was doing and donated $1,000. He was the only mayoral candidate to do that, and he mentioned on air during the show. I pressed him. He's like, "If I'm mayor, I'm going to change that. I'm going to get these men and women replacement vests." So if you haven't voted for mayor, candidate Vallis is the only mayoral candidate that stepped up to support the men and women of the Chicago Police Department.
Well, you do good, buddy. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks. It frosted me. I don't understand it.
Where can people
when you go to a pancake breakfast, do you drink the syrup right from the thing, right from the container?
Well, actually, I do it from the gigantic coffee maker that's plugged in to keep the syrup hot.
And he gargles with it. What kind of question is that?
Me and this knucklehead have a great relationship. I love
it. You ladies go out to lunch later. All right. So where can people donate to this fund? And people missed it. How can we help?
Sure. It's real simple. CPD Vest, Chicago Police Department, CPDVest.com. If our listeners want to continue listening, you want to donate $5, great. We get 100 people donating $5, we get a vest. It doesn't matter how much you can afford. We had a bunch of people, ironically from the suburbs donating $500. A couple donated $1,000, but it's not like, I know I'm not that naive to realize that everybody's got $500 laying around. You got $5, $10, $15, whatever, a couple of bucks, whatever you can afford. Go to CPDVest.com, CPDVest.com. That website will stay open, and hopefully Vallis gets in and gets funding for the replacement vest, so then we could have these fundraisers to help fund programs to help families of the fallen Chicago police officers who get killed and injured on the job. That's what the Chicago Police Memorial Foundation is set up for. So that's what we're going to do.
Yep. Besides your philanthropic work, you are the vice president of lending of Team Hochberg. Homeside Financial mortgage rates are, the highest I've seen in my lifetime. How's the business going? Are you twiddling your thumbs, or what's happening?
Well, we've got a lot of time on our hands, so we're doing, we're not at breakneck volume like we were in 2020 and 21 during the pandemic when rates were at record lows in the threes. So, the rates are solidly in the sixes and the sevens right now. The Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, the first-time home buyers, percentage of first-time home buyers, according to the National Association of Realtors last year, they've been keeping track of this stuff, guys, for 41 years, dropped to its lowest level in 41 years. So FHFA, Federal Housing Finance Authority, and Fannie Freddie, the alphabet soup of government financing, decided to do something about it, and they said at the end of last year, and we don't know how long it's going to continue, so get into it. If you're a first-time home buyer, which is the government classifies as somebody who has not owned a home in the past 3 years, you could buy a home without any loan-level price adjusters, which are loan-level rate adjusters based upon how much money you put down, the type of property, and the credit score. All that's been waived up to 100% of the average median income of the area, which in Cook County and the surrounding Collier County is $105,700. So those individuals are getting into homes in the sixes. Others are getting into high sixes, low sevens. If you're buying an investment property or a second home, you're going to start with a 7 if you want a 30-year fixed loan. It's just, So what we're concentrating on is financial literacy. I just want to get this out real quick because I know we're up against time. We're doing a lot of financial literacy. We're turning our spare time into valuable time. We're giving back. We'd like to come into your organization, church, religious organization, philanthropic organization, college, high school, and do financial literacy training. Tell everybody what credit's all about. If your group wants to get into a home, and goes through our training, we'll give them a $500 closing cost credit for quote unquote graduating. So we're not just sitting around playing Pong, right? Because I bought one of those because I thought it was cool. I found one online and I put it in the office. But
I love that game. That was my first video game, Pong.
Right.
Beep,
at black and white.
Beep,
it was such a simpler time. Right, back in the day, and you got so excited when you beat somebody. So here, the bottom line is we've got a lot of time on our hands because rates are high, and we're using that energy and that time to invest it back into our listeners' financial well-being. There's a lot of areas out there that have got zero financial literacy, and I was just at the King County Chiefs of Police luncheon last Wednesday, and I threw that out there to the chiefs, and I sat with the guys from Carpentersville, and they're like, "We're going to call you because we want to bring you into our community and do literacy education, financial literacy." So if you've got a need out there, any type of group, any type of religious organization, any type of, I've reached out to a bunch of black pastors on the south side. Love to break into the Latino community as well. I have a couple of Spanish-speaking loan officers. Love to offer that to your listening audience as a give back to, while rates are high, get everybody in the best possible position to succeed when they buy a home.
And I just want to say I do appreciate you coming out to the ward cleanup we're doing in the 15th Ward with Alderman Ray Lopez again this year.
You guys are going to invite me.
Amy's going to be there. It's coming up in late March, and this is the year I get you down there, brother.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you give me more than 2 days' notice, yeah.
I just gave you a month's notice.
You just
I'll
said
give you
some random day in the
bottom
of March.
It's okay. I don't run the 15th.
March 20th through the end of the month is like a lot of March.
Right.
Like,
There's a lot of March left,
I don't run the ward, so I will talk to Ray Lopez, and I'll have you both a date in the next 5 minutes, okay? Does that work?
Well, yeah.
If I'm in town,
where are you going to be?
With my daughter.
You might be.
I'm planning a daddy-daughter trip. My daughter wants to go on a trip with me, so guess what? I'm taking advantage of it. God knows how long that's going to last.
There you go. Amen, brother. Real quick, one last question for you. Are home values increasing, decreasing, or staying level?
Well, right now, due to the lack of inventory, if you put your house on the market, and again, location. I know a buddy of mine put his house on the market in Glenview for $940. He got $980.
Wow!
Because the people that bought his home lost 7-8 other homes. He lives close to Glenbrook South High School. Needs updating. The house down the street, the guy's been trying to sell it for the past 4 years, just went for 1.4. So in good areas, like anything else, location, values are still there. We still have an inventory shortage. So if you're thinking about you're going to wait till the spring, get off your rear end. Now's a great time to call a realtor to get out there and list that house. If you need help with a realtor, I've got connections with a bunch of realtors who are great, who will help you sell your home. And, love to help everybody out there. If you need to sell a home, I'd love to connect you with the realtor to do that, to max out your value.
And how can people get a hold of you?
855-56-DAVID is our 800 number. You go to 56david.com, or you can call Ray. He's got me at speed dial.
No, I'm going to put your cell number out on my social media.
Oh, yeah, right. And if you want to help buy a Chicago police officer a new bulletproof vest, go to cpdvest.com. David Hochberg, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Bye.
See you, bud.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Before you see it on TV, share it on Facebook, or read about it in the paper, hear it here first. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
As the Biden administration ratchets up its war on Americans' right to keep and bear arms, a groundbreaking new book from Regnery